the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Army troops and police launch humanitarian aid and stress debriefing for Abra de Ilog evacuees. AFP neutralizes over 2,000 AFP members and supporters in 2025. DepEd prioritizes teachers and learners' welfare as 2026 begins. PNP vows strict enforcement of liquor and gun bans for Taslasyon 2026.
A pleasant day to all our viewers, especially to our troops at Camp Emilio Ginaldo in Quezon City. Today is Wednesday, January 7, 2026, and this is AFP Community News, your trusted source for the updates on the armed forces and other developments across the country. I am Rofh Suzon-Abay, here to bring you today's stories.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
For the brief overview of our news, Army units under the 203rd Infantry Brigade, led by the 76th Infantry Battalion, launched humanitarian assistance and stress debriefing for residents displaced by the CPP-NPA encounter in Sitio Mamara, Barangay Cabacao, Abra de Ilog, Occidental, Mindoro. The troops, together with police and partner agencies, provided food, sleeping materials, medical services, and basic necessities to evacuees temporarily staying at the Cabacao National High School covered court. They also conducted stress debriefing sessions to help ease the fear and trauma among affected residents, including the Mangyan indigenous communities. A total of 719 individuals from 174 families benefited from the activity.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines reported the successful utilization of 2,018 new People's Army members and supporters from January 1 to December 31, 2025. AFP spokesperson Colonel Francel Margaret Padilla said 1,798 surrendered, 93 were arrested, and 127 died in military operations nationwide. The AFP also seized or recovered 1,134 firearms, 531 anti-personnel mines, and captured 149 NPA encampments during the period. Meanwhile, the National Task Force and local Communist Armed Conflicts said the recent reports indicate only about 780 NPA members remain nationwide.
Armed Forces Radio.
From NOLCOM, let us hear some information from Joanne. DSWD and 17th IB lead turnover of 150,000 pesos livelihood assistance to People's Organization in Cagayan.
The Department of Social Welfare and Development Region 2 provided 150,000 funding to Balani Alliance for Peace and Development, a people's organization in Barangay Centro, Solana, Cagayan, as part of the agency's Sustainable Livelihood Program. DSWD Region 2 Director Lucia Suyu Alan led the turnover with the 70th Infantry Battalion, Philippine Army. According to DSWD, the fund will be used for a goat pen, serving as the organization's livelihood project capital. The goat farming project aims to enhance food security, increase beneficiaries' income, and uplift their families' living standards. Director Suyu Ala noted that the DSWD and 70th Infantry Battalion collaboration shows shared responsibility between government and partners in promoting community development. Through combined programs, training, and financial aid, citizens are empowered to build sustainable livelihoods and maintain peace in their area. This is John Sagak reporting for AFP Community News, One AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Joanne from NOLCOM.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines reaffirmed its loyalty to the Constitution and its mandate to operate under civilian authority. The statement followed the former Ilocos Sur Governor Chavit Singson's call, urging AFP Chief of Staff General Romeo Browner Jr. to stand against the alleged corruption in the military. AFP spokesperson Colonel Francel Margaret Padilla said the institution supports good governance and anti-corruption efforts. However, she stressed the allegations must be addressed through legal processes in civilian courts and oversight the bodies not within the military.
DWDD National News.
And now for our national news, more than 22,000 families or nearly 75,000 individuals across the eastern Samar were affected by bad weather caused by a shear line, according to the Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office. The hardest hit areas include Lorente, Dolores, Lawaan, Papad, Borongan City, and Arteque, with 717 families evacuated, mostly from Hipapad and Arteque. Authorities reported flooding in 62 barangays and landslides in Taft in Borongan City, while search and rescue operations continue for one missing person in Llorente. Classes were suspended across all levels on January 5 as the PDRRMO maintained a blue alert status and continued monitoring.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
On the other line, let us hear more from Beth about Philippine Navy expects more naval drills with allies this year.
Armed Forces of the Philippines for West Philippine Sea spokesperson Rear Admiral Roy Vincent Trinidad said the country expects more naval drill with its allies this year. He said the increased exercises are a direct result of the Philippines' intensified defense diplomacy. He noted that the country now has 5 status of visiting forces agreement with the United States, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, and Canada, with more deals in the pipeline. Rear Admiral Trinidad added that the Navy does not announce and advance with new countries will join the future maritime cooperative activities. This is Beth Aneta reporting for the AFP Community News, one AFP for the stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Beth Daniete.
DWDD National News.
Alert Level 3 was raised over Mayon Volcano in Albay after pyroclastic density currents were recorded. FIVOC said an Alert Level 3 means increased tendency towards a hazardous eruption. With Alert Level 3 raised, FIVOC warned that the volcano is exhibiting a magmatic eruption of a summit lava dome, with increased chances of lava flows and hazardous PDCs affecting the upper to middle slopes of the volcano, and of potential explosive activity within days or weeks. Under Alert Level 3, evacuation is recommended in the 6-kilometer radius permanent danger zone due to the danger of PDCs, lava flows, rock falls, and other volcanic hazards.
DWDD National News.
Moreover, the Department of Social Welfare and Development has placed its operations on full alert after Mayon Volcano was raised to Alert Level 3. DSWD Assistant Secretary Irene Dumlao said the agency is closely monitoring the situation and coordinating with local government units in Albay, especially the communities near the danger zone. The agency has begun evacuations within the 6-kilometer permanent danger zone as 122 families or 601 individuals from Ginobatan, Kamalig, and nearby areas were affected. DSW said it has ample relief supplies on standby, including over 111,000 family food packs, ready-to-eat food boxes, and non-food items to respond to possible ashfall and further escalation.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
Some information from Erica about Western Naval Command media note to troops in West Philippine Sea.
Yes, Rob, the Western Naval Command delivered the Medianoche packages to Navy personnel stationed in the Calayan Island Group in the West Philippine Sea on New Year's Day. BRP Andres Bonifacio distributed the packages to troops assigned at Parola, Patag, Pag-asa, Likas, and Lawak stations during its mission. WNC said the activity aimed to boost morale and support the welfare of personnel deployed in the remote and strategically vital areas. The command added that the initiative highlights the importance of troop welfare alongside sustained maritime security operations in the WPS. This is Erica reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Erica.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Education is ramping up system readiness and coordination measures to ensure uninterrupted learning and to protect the welfare of teachers and learners nationwide. This follows the enactment of its 1.015 trillion peso budget for the year. Education Secretary Sonny Angara said the newly approved budget will allow the department to strengthen learning continuity, particularly in areas heavily affected by natural disasters last year. Public schools across the country faced the multiple disasters in 2025 that disrupted classes and damaged facilities. DepEd data show that Super Typhoon Uwan alone affected almost 3,000 schools.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Social Welfare and Development has extended aid from its assistance to individuals in crisis situations or ICE to more than 8.2 million Filipinos in need from January to November 2025. DSWD spokesperson and Assistant Secretary Irene Dumlao said this figure exceeded the agency's target number of beneficiaries for the ICE last year. The ICE is a social protection program of the DSWD that offers immediate, short-term support to individuals and families facing crisis or difficult circumstances. Dumlao said the assistance range from medical assistance, transportation assistance, burial or funeral assistance, food assistance, assistive devices and technologies such as social support, family food packs, and cash relief assistance.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
From Jimboy, updates about Second ID refutes reports of Mangyan civilians harmed in Mindoro operations. Go Jimboy.
The 2nd Infantry Jungle Fighter Division refute online claim that 3 Mangyan civilians were harmed during recent operation in Occidental Mindoro. Second ID spokesperson Colonel Michael Aquino say verified report from unit on the ground confirmed that no civilian casualties resulted from the operation. The Army urged the public to verify information through official channel and avoid sharing unverified content that spread fear and confusion. The division reaffirmed its commitment to transparency and the protection of civilians during all military operations. This is Jimboy reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Jimboy.
DWDD National News.
For other national news, the Sustainable Livelihood Program, one of the core development initiatives of the Department of Social Welfare and Development, has provided livelihood opportunities to more than 235,000 beneficiaries as of November 30, 2025. DSWD Assistant Secretary Irene Dumlao said the SLP is among the primary programs of the department, addressing its mandate to provide development. She added the SLP is a solid program that supports their desire to bring development opportunities to the vulnerable sectors of society. Dumlao also said the SLP provides 2 primary tracks for beneficiaries, such as the Micro Enterprise Development Track, which supports the startup and growth of small businesses. The second pathway is the Employment Facilitation Track, wherein beneficiaries are provided with training and the necessary logistical assistance to help find jobs.
DWDD National News.
On the other hand, the Philippine National Police will strictly enforce the liquor and gun bans as part of security measures for the feast of the Jesus Nazareno on Friday. The PNP leadership approved the National Capital Region Police Office's recommendation to suspend the permit to carry firearms outside residence on January 8 to 11. Acting PNP Chief Lieutenant General Jose Melencio Nartatis Jr. said the officers will be deployed to enforce the bans as well as the prohibition on firecrackers and other pyrotechnics. Nartatis also urged the public to cooperate with authorities and comply with regulations, especially during the traslasyon.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
From our report on the ground, let us hear the report of Ken about AFP's 6 more defense pacts to strengthen West Philippine Sea protection.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines said it aims to secure more defense agreements in 2026 to boost capability to protect the West Philippine Sea. AFP for West Philippine Sea spokesperson Rear Admiral Roy Vincent Trinidad said growing global geopolitical activities to continue affect the West Philippine Sea, prompting the need for stronger defense diplomacy, modernization, and capacity building. He cited existing strategic partnership with the United States, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, and Canada, with more agreement expected. A recent Starbase Institute survey showed Filipino trust the United States most in helping protect Philippine interests in West Philippine Sea, followed by Japan, Canada, Australia, and South Korea. This is Ken reporting for AP Community News, 1AP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Ken.
DWDD National News.
Other updates about the Traslasyon 2026, preparations for the 2026 Feast of Jesus Nazareno are now underway in several provinces. In Lawag City, Ilocos Norte, church workers have started fixing and preparing the replica of the image of Jesus Nazareno. The church has also been cleaned and readied to accommodate devotees expected to flock to the area. Meanwhile, the pahalik or the kissing of the Jesus Nazareno image already started at the St. Joseph Cathedral in Balanga City, Bataan. Devotees were seen offering sampagita, praying and touching the image.
DWDD National News.
Meanwhile, the Department of Public Works and Highways Secretary Vince Dizon expressed hope that the rehabilitation of other portions of EDSA would proceed smoothly. This came after the successful implementation of the initial phase of the EDSA rehabilitation project during the holiday season. DPWH stated that Dizon inspected the newly constructed EDSA busway lane from Ross Boulevard in Pasay City to Orense in Makati City on Monday night as part of the implementation of Phase 1 of the project. The section of the busway lane was immediately completed after President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s directive to ensure that EDSA is repaired as soon as possible, making motorists travel safer.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
Let us hear more updates from Marian about AFP's continued Chinese presence in West Philippine Sea in 2026. Go, Marian.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines said Chinese maritime and air activities in the West Philippine Sea are expected to persist in 2026 as China adopts a more integrated deterrent posture. AFP for West Philippine Sea spokesperson Rear Admiral Roy Vincent Trinidad noted that the People's Liberation Army Navy, China Coast Guard, and Maritime Militia have maintained sustained operations amid rising global geopolitical tensions. He said the Department of National Defense and the AFP are responding through modernization, capacity building, and enhanced maritime domain awareness. Rear Admiral Trinidad added that strong defense diplomacy, including visiting forces agreements with the United States, Japan, Australia, New Zealand, and Canada, supports the country's security efforts. This is Marian reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Marian.
DWDD National News.
Malacanang said there is no information and alleged changes in the cabinet under the administration of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. Palace Press Officer Undersecretary Claire Castro said they have yet to receive information on the alleged reorganization. She added there may be some people who were spreading rumors, but right now they have no information. Castro, however, said the regular performance review of cabinet members remains ongoing. It can be recalled that Marcos in May 2025 asked for the courtesy resignations of cabinet secretaries to recalibrate his administration following the midterm elections.
DWDD National News.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. is confident that the clean and well-prepared 2026 national budget can withstand constitutionality concerns that may be raised before the Supreme Court. Palace Press Officer Claire Castro said they are confident that this year's budget is the cleanest, most well-prepared, and is for the people. So the President is confident that 2026 General Appropriations Act could pass scrutiny. Castro made this statement after House Senior Deputy Minority Leader and Caloocan's 2nd District Representative Edgar Eris announced his plan to question the constitutionality of the 2026 national budget before the SC, citing the presence of unprogrammed appropriations.
DWDD National News.
Senate Committee on Finance Chairperson Sherwin Gatchalian clarified that bonuses, personal benefits, and pensions of government workers were not reduced under the 2026 national budget. Gatchalian said that performance-based bonus allocation remained unchanged between the National Expenditure Program and the General Appropriations Act. He added the overall allocation for the Miscellaneous Personal Benefits Fund even increased significantly, explaining that portions were placed under the unprogrammed appropriations to cover possible additional manpower requirements. The senator said that MPBF has multiple components, including provisions for hiring additional personnel. On pensions, Gatchalian also rejected reports of cuts, calling them false.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And that concludes today's broadcast, and thank you for your continued support, particularly to our viewers on AFP Radio, the DWDD's official Facebook page. Join us again tomorrow for more stories and updates, same time and same station. Once again, this is Rofh Suzon-Abay for AFP Committee News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas.